Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the Discraft's 30th CCR Open. Oh, I can't believe it's been 30 years. This is our round 3 chase card coverage. We are at Burchfield Park in Holt, Michigan. This event is fueled by Great Lakes Disc. My name is Zach O'Haron, and on the commentator's mic with me, I have Mr. Nicholas Gill. How are we doing, Nick?
What's up, everybody? Just out here. Thank you to our sponsors.
Can't thank our sponsors enough. This is a great tournament. 30 years, continuing the legacy, making this event better every year. Taking a look at our top 10 standings. We have 3 of our lead card drop off the top 10 after round 2. And we have one of them get on our chase card. We're going to see them in just a second. But we're going to start off with hole 1, 354. Nick, what's the play?
Big highs are over the top. You really got to cut it tight. Same thing if you're going to go low. You can kind of play a skip shot. But basically, you got to hope that the wind's right. And last day here, I don't think the wind was right for the essential park job. It was left to right, kind of pushing your disc down, making it hard to get there. So these guys are going to be just looking to push this one for a circle 2 look, probably.
Chandler Fry making the coverage again. Always love having Chandler on the card.
Yeah,
we have 15 people. I'm sorry, I said last round there was 15 people within 2. 15 people within 3 strokes of the lead right now. Wow. So we have so many people at this year's event that we're like anything could happen.
Right. I love how that shakes out on this event. And then we put round 3 out here on the true separator course as far as getting the big birdies. Chandler throwing a nice shot.
Austin Bates, who was on the lead card after round 1, fell back a little bit here. Is 2 strokes back from the lead now in after round 2. Still, great course from a shot. Neg 10 in round 1. This is a course he can tread, has lots of power, forehand and backhand.
Yeah, Austin has turned into such a solid player. He focuses in on his putts, has a good routine, just does his thing, and gets, honestly, a lot of birdies.
Third, we have Tim Barham.
Tim Barham, if you don't know who this guy is, you've been missing out on Michigan disc golf.
That's for sure.
He is kind of a legend, I'd say, at this point. Multiple state champion, very solid player out from the east side of the state.
Right.
Happy to have him at this event. Always love having him on the card with me. Featured him several times over Crew 42's career.
For sure. Quick plug, looking good in the Disc Golf Threads jersey.
Yes, sir.
No, Zach's on the team.
We won't talk about that.
Looking good, though.
Yeah, he is looking good. That one's circle 2, just like you mentioned. That's what he's looking for.
Fourth, we have Clint Calvin.
Clint Calvin making his Crew 42 debut as well for the channel in this event. Innova sponsored player. He's got some power.
For sure. Played with Clint once or twice. Man can play. I think he's looking at the big hyzer here. Up over top.
I think so too. Boom.
See, I think that win was kind of... It didn't look like he got any carry on that one. It just kind of like went straight up and kind of got slapped down.
Yeah, he was talking to the card actually down the fairway, just saying how he just really wanted to make sure he wasn't putting himself in any danger here with the low play going deep and getting himself into trouble. So he wanted to just go high, and if he gets pushed into circle 2, great. And if he doesn't, then it's the easiest 3 of his life. And so
Sure.
Worked out for him exactly like he said. On line for Austin, but not high enough.
You could see he's looking for that birdie.
Yes.
He wants it. He's
he
hungry.
Does. And I love this hole and the next hole with their combination of uphill, downhill stuff. Like, this basket doesn't look like it's very tall. It's sitting on a mound, which elevates it naturally. And you kind of often will leave it short.
This is such a good starting hole.
Correct. It should be super easy, and it just isn't. Because there's enough small detail difficulty to it. Chandler actually gets razzed a little bit there. Unfortunately, with the lead card putting on the practice baskets, he got it sounded like a gunshot for a putter hitting the chains right as he's winding up, and it razzed him a little bit and made him miss wide right. Unfortunate break from him. I don't obviously was not intentional, right? It could happen on the course, especially on a course like River's Edge or something like that. But
Yeah, no doubt.
unfortunate break from him. You can see in his face, he's like, I thought I had a chance at birdie. Unfortunate, didn't get away from him, but he's really good mental here too, where he'll get away from it on hole 2.
Yeah, you see he already checked that out and moved on, you know. And that's the thing, you know how that's like how it crazy, you know, just caught him right in the perfect moment as he was going to putt, because he had like the same distance coming back at it and just made it in like 3 seconds after he just knocked it out. No problem.
I fully believe that if he had been putting towards the other direction and saw the putters in the background, it would not have razzed him.
Right, for sure. Hole 2, 600 feet. This is, you know, big anhyzer or big forehand hyzer off the tee. You want to push it right to this short basket you're seeing in the drone just now. If you land right here, you threw the perfect drive, and you know you just got to get it around this corner. Get yourself a look.
Yeah.
Just a 3 is a good score. It's a good birdie. You know, hole 1's tough, so this one you want to get. You're hungry for to get your round started.
Hole 1's hard to birdie, but it's hard to bogey too. It feels like.
Yeah, this is rolling out.
This is bad. It's not going to come back either. That is going to be OB on the left side for Chandler. Tough break.
Just overturned it into the wind.
That is a tough part about this hole, because it feels like you can read the wind, but when you get past the pocket, the wind will change.
Right. There's that the group of trees to the right there is kind of a blocker to everything you got going on as far as the remainder of the hole, what the wind could actually be.
Tim Barham, forehands, way to the right. I love this play from him. It's so good.
Keeps him in the short grass. He's got 300 feet maybe into the green. Just nice and safe. Clint looks like he's got like a, you know, slow speed disc here, maybe a leopard or a mid-range. Overturns it a little, but honestly, he might not be going for much more than that.
Yeah, the closer you get to those trees, you had talked about this in round 1, it can kind of make it harder on your approach to the basket if you get too close. So toning down your power a little bit and just leaving yourself with a little, like, easier decision hyzer might be the play.
Right. Chandler, after going OB, pushes it just a touch long, well right. He's probably just outside the circle, looking in.
Clint from the fairway, he's going to throw this on hyzer. Needs to get some action towards the basket. Gets this tree.
He's all right.
Yeah, circle's edge. It's kind of hard to tell. They have the circles painted in orange and they're dashed rather than solid, so it was kind of hard to see on camera where the circles are, but
no doubt.
They're visible to the players. It's not a complaint there. Just camera-wise, we make everything not look either too easy, too difficult, or invisible.
Right. Tim with the great shot.
He makes his hole look actually easy. He just forehand, upshot, tapping.
He basically is going to show you that you don't have to throw a hard forehand to get a simple birdie.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I was like, oh yeah.
That one, a little past the basket.
Yeah, not bad.
Chandler here. This is first par.
Yeah, this is you got to get this one. Bang. Great putt.
Made it look a little too easy.
Just outside the circle. You know, he knows, and he scored 2 points there on the chain star basket.
Mm-hmm.
Clint just
blowing away.
You know, he knew after laying up on hole 1, this is his first putt, so it's a little something, kind of get the nerves going.
Yeah, Austin with the yips there leaves that one am side, misses everything. He's gonna have a comeback putt. Tim also being a little quick there maybe with his putt, looked a little nervy going in, but it's in.
Yeah, low left, no problem. That's the card, gonna tap in here. A little frustrated, but it's all right. They're gonna move on and, you know, be honestly looking for a few more birdies on this front 9 here. There's some tough holes coming up and also some muskets.
Yeah, 2 on the slightly easier side on the and the difficulty in general. Congrats to Zach Sherman for the only eagle on that hole on the day.
Hole 2?
Yeah, must have had a throw in, but it's registered 1 eagle for him.
No problem.
Yeah, hole 3 now, 810 feet, par 4. Pretty difficult with the OBs, right?
Yeah, this one plays all of 810 feet just because of the tee shot. The OB sneaks up quick on the left side. Right side, it doesn't come into play near as much, even if you're throwing the big hyzer. It's kind of surprising. Interested to see what our card does here. The green is completely surrounded by OB, so
Yeah.
you're contested the entire way.
You're so inspirational, Tim said, I'm going to take your play.
Perfect. Get going. Keep going.
That feels like worst case scenario, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's how you just get the routine par on the hole. Say you do have a good wind or you do push it, extra far, you can get the birdie. Chandler looks like he's hyzering out left just a little bit.
He is surrounded by short grass, but is completely OB. You can see the white faded line just to the right of this by an inch. Can't get a break here. Back-to-back OBs off the tee.
Austin.
This looked like it was going to be too hyzer, and then it flipped.
Flippy disc. Getting up there just past the short pad. Gonna love that spot.
Yeah, this is a great spot.
Can throw a big hyzer into the green from there and have a look, circle 2. Clint looks like he's lining up the straight shot as well. I just get nervous with how close all these shots are coming to the left side rough there. That's like immediately OB.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going big hyzer all day where like I don't even have to look at that stuff and I'm good to go. If I get past where Tim's at, I'm in good shape.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tim's pinched, and this is I'm going to throw a stock hyzer into the fairway, an up shot from there, tap in a par.
Right. And he wasn't even aggressive on that second shot there. And if he really wanted to, he could have probably pushed it into circle 2 and been, looking. Chandler, after the tough break here, I'm sure he just left his disc, honestly, like right where it was.
Just right where it was. Put his mini down and just threw. And this is leaking towards the long OB. Ooh, just short.
But he's got to look to save his par. So
if he saves back-to-back OB pars, that's sick.
He's a touring pro. He knows what he's doing. It's just a little, tough breaks. But
Well, I don't even know how to describe what just happened there.
He rolled his wrist.
Mashed it.
Just rolled his wrist a little bit and got full flight. And he's
got like...
He's like, how did I do that?
Yeah. He talked about it. He was picking between 2 discs and said, I need to go with more stable to make sure I go right.
Yeah.
And then gave it the Anheuser, and it never came back. He's like, I never seen that disc do that before in his life.
Wow.
And I was just like, you've never thrown the disc like that in your life.
Yeah, no kidding. He's got all that tourney distance running through his veins right now.
Clint hits the one last tree you had to avoid. He thinks, after playing it a couple times, that in the future he's going to lay up as well. He thinks that if you go too far off the fairway for his game particularly, it brings that tree into play. But if he's farther back, he can commit to the right disc to either push past it or never get to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, but still almost saved the birdie. Almost. Good bid from him.
Austin looking to save it. This guy's caddy Chris there today with him.
Is Chris's dad?
No, Chris is Austin's girlfriend's dad.
Okay.
And they play tons of disc golf together, and Chris supports them. And
I don't think people understand how difficult that par save is that Chandler just did. How far back he was for a second.
Yeah, look at that. No problem.
No problem.
Walking away with 3 pars in a row, but, feeling like birdies.
1 Raz, 2 OBs, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rough start for Chandler. Still, realistically in a day like today, he needs to keep the birdies rolling. He's got to start them right now because the lead card is going to play hot, but he still has a little time left. We'll see you guys when we get back after a quick break.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
All right, hole 4. Love this hole now that it's grown in every year. You have the low forehand play.
Yeah,
I love that play.
big hyzer over top is pretty much gone now.
I know, I love it.
I used to be able to do it. Now it's out of the question. Like low hyzer forehand with a 9-speed Raptor all day. Like that's my play. You might see a backhand or two out of these guys, or a roller or something. OB left side, right side. I think you're safe the whole way.
Not Chandler. This is Tim.
That
Tim
was-
puts it right towards it. Oh, don't you dare. All right, fine.
Just pushed it a little straight, a little bad
Yep.
break off the branch. Chandler with the backhand. I believe this is his Athena.
I believe you are correct, and this is too far wide. And don't you dare! Oh my gosh!
Great save from that tree. That was OB out of his hand if there was no trees there. So
Holy smokes!
Clint looking to make the correction. Very methodical player, as we're seeing him on coverage here.
Mhm.
He's thinking about quite a bit of stuff, but he's got a routine that just keeps him locked in, and he does well. Nice shot
Yeah.
there, keeps him in range to putt. Austin with the little turnover forehand flex, overstable high speed to pin high.
Yep, great shot from him. Looks great.
Chandler, a little throw-in action maybe.
Oh yeah, he's saying he's gonna go for it. Doesn't give it quite the distance
He's like,
he needs.
no, never had a chance. Sorry.
Tim's gonna have to back that up with his own run. Highs out a little early. Should make that putt though.
Kind of squeaked away from him just a little, but he'll be okay. Clint for the birdie.
Circle 2.
Bang.
Cash. Yeah, we'll take that.
Well done. Yeah.
Little
Pump.
fist pump. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, give me some.
Well, gets him on the right
burn.
track.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
had 3 pars as well. His has been different than Chandler's, but same result. He's like looking to kind of get on
Yeah.
the board.
Yeah. Get going. Austin, nice birdie. Good comeback.
Tim honestly hasn't even fallen off his game plan yet. I don't think Tim sits there thinking about how he needs to birdie hole 1. I think he's like, hole 1 would be a bonus, hole 2 is a must get for him, and then hole 3 is he plays for par.
For sure. I would say he knows he can shred the back 9 here.
Correct.
Uh,
Oh, big hug to the basket.
ooh.
Love you. Showing love to disc golf, and hopefully disc golf shows love back as we move over to hole 5, 404. If you've got the Spike Heiser 400-foot shot in your bag, that's the play here.
Yeah.
Getting around that first cluster of trees that kind of shrouds the short basket position, getting over that pine tree on the right. Usually the 2 pine trees on the left is like the catch-all, right? That catches all the...
Almost always, because you don't want to push it too long. You want to just park this hole so it just relatively makes it easy to go short, just that little bit. Big hyzer play. Clint doesn't necessarily like it out of his hand.
Yeah, it's actually going to catch that tree on the right side. It's stuck in the tree. Leave him well outside circle 2.
Is he safe?
Yes, he's not in the OB, but he's well out of position.
Okay. Austin with the correction. Little early? Oh no,
No.
not early. This caught the glove.
Yep. Caught the backside of the backside tree instead.
Right.
Not as grabby as those 2 pines at the front, but sometimes will do the job. Tim going a little lower, a little more inside. Loves to land right in those 2 pine trees, and he's going to do it again.
I've seen him there before.
Yeah. Saw him there in round 1. Birdied it from there. He's like, that worked so well. Let's do it again, shall we?
Chandler looking to get on the board.
Yeah, he has had a rough break at this round so far. Raz, OB, almost OB again. Thank God it wasn't.
He's in the circle though.
Circle, though.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
in the circle on hole 5.
Clint doesn't really have a run at this. He's just going to pitch up and lay under the basket.
No, just happy to be probably safe, honestly.
Yeah, we had some friends watching the card following us, and he's going to shimmy up that tree for Clint and pitch it down for him.
Nice.
Everyone,
He's like, I'll catch you.
yeah,
Come here.
don't hurt yourself.
Who was that?
I don't know that. It's just one of the guys following us.
Okay. Tim, great putt.
He was actually lining up originally when the guy started climbing up the tree, and then there was a bunch of noise and commotion that caused from that, so it razzed him a little bit for a second. But Tim's a professional, and he didn't get upset about it. It was more like, I didn't realize I wasn't.
He's getting that disc.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was gonna get interrupted, and so. But he's a professional. Took a step back, took a breath, and then lined back up and said, "I make this putt anyway," and sure did. So, luckily, nothing impacting him there.
Chandler, first birdie, but he's actually thrown the least amount of strokes in the card. So, he's probably feeling just fine. He's got some good pars.
Yeah, he's got some great pars. Hole 6, 1,001 feet. It's a island hole, technically, right?
I mean, a big one, but yeah.
It's a really big island. If you don't make the island, if you're short of it, or if you get caught in that first gap, then you go to the short pad for the drop zone. The OBs kind of track all the way up into the long grass on the left there, kind of pans off, and then also on the right same time, and then the rest of it's in bounds. We saw Tim in round 1 somehow magically get over the sidewalk.
Tim met the neighbors.
2 of them. I met the neighbors. It was
Right.
crazy. They're telling him, you can't be here. He says, don't worry, I don't want to be. Throws
Right.
it over and moves on. But
Right.
Austin says, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the drop zone either. I'm just going to
I'm going to hit the drop
go
zone.
to the drop zone without getting a stroke. And
Yep.
good landing spot for him.
Yep. Tim lining up the big hyzer.
Throws the same disc, but definitely commits more Anheuser angle, like flatter off the tee. So this one misses that inside tree. He's going to be up by Austin in that same area. Chandler now. Right down the middle of it. This is looking great.
Yeah, kept it a little lower. Getting a little more push up by that short tee.
The fans go crazy.
Clint, see what you got.
He puts this a little higher. Puts a move on this disc. This is traveling pretty far left. There is OB over that direction. It's just short of it,
Just
though.
don't clap for them. One
that
of
was
them is
close.
right.
That's like hard OB to reach.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised at. I mean, that's honestly a huge hyzer.
It's enormous, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim trying to get to that right side gap. Likes to play over there. Gives him an open shot to go up and down. And he executes it this time perfectly. He's right past that
Yeah.
cluster of trees.
That was awesome. He got a ton of distance there, full shot. Really cut the hole down.
Austin's going back to that forehand. Just needs to get this to Heiser in front of the cluster there. Far enough up the fairway. And he's pretty far up there. That should leave him open to maybe a forehand approach.
That was a big forehand.
He's got a lot of forehand power. Chandler says, I don't need the forehand. I can just crush this backhand instead. He's going to try to follow the traditional fairway here. He's going to get past that the baby pine tree. He'll also have a pretty straightforward approach from there.
Yeah, not bad. Probably a backhand comet.
He also has his Luna he really likes to throw too.
Okay.
That the 2020 Macbeth Tour Series, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he marked his disc from OB. That's just how close he was. He's like right up along the line. It's crazy. Oof. Turned over a little bit. He's in that pocket. He'll be a little pinched, I think.
Yeah,
but
tough spot, but he's got options.
Mm-hmm. This needs to come back. Get over some stuff. Yeah, just on the edge. Yeah, just on the edge.
Nice. That little rollout.
Yeah.
That was good.
We'll take that. Not in the crud is a bonus. Clint trying to throw underneath all this stuff. Could be dangerous. Is dangerous.
Oh,
Squares
man.
the tree.
He knew what he was. It was calculated.
Yeah.
He's going for that birdie.
Took a risk. Aimed for the thing, and then he hit it instead of missing it like he was expecting. Hey, this is the Luna. I was right. I forgot about this.
Gets a good kick out of that
Yeah.
cedar there.
Yeah. He's a big guy. Does not want to be underneath that.
No, that tree looks it is way lower than it looks. Like you do not want to be underneath that.
Tim. Throw a quake.
No problem. Yeah, right.
If you ever play with Tim, he says that a lot. Backhand here. Clint needs to get this close, make this hole easy. It's going to miss the bowl, but he's probably... Oh, just outside circle there. You can see the circle
There it
faded
is.
orange.
Yeah, a little deep. Chandler lining this one up.
No, just a little low.
Going low on a low basket, you're just like, come on.
Feels so
man.
bad.
You're like,
Feels
how
so
did
bad.
how did I do that?
Austin.
Nice putt.
Little stepper. I do know Chandler was kind of between taking his jump putt and not.
Yeah.
This was a little close, and like I think the card gave it to him, but like he's like, I don't need it because it's downhill, and then missed low because of it. It's just
Right.
a weird. He was just in a weird mental state, like committing to what he needed to do. Oh, Clint, wide of the basket there. Did not expect that, but he'll have a tap in from there. And Tim,
Good birdie.
he's putting together a round here. He's got 3 down. Austin also has 3 birdies, but has that one little pesky bogey after he accidentally threw the most amazing forehand on accident.
Yeah.
He threw the most amazing forehand on the wrong hole, unfortunately.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Hole 7. What do we got going on here, Nick?
Oh, it's tough. 830 feet. You got OB right, OB left. Don't overturn it and don't throw it early. You almost have to throw what feels like the perfect shot just to be in bounds. It's no matter how aggressive you are, it's hard. Definitely if you can crush, I mean, it opens up.
Right.
But it is a tough second shot into the screen. A birdie is easily a stroke on the field.
Mm-hmm. Austin here trying to go Anheuser over that right side. Doesn't get the angle it needs. He's going to leak right over to that OB.
And that's like just barely miscalculated with that Anheuser and with the wind. Like,
The wind's hard to read from here, too.
No
you have to
doubt.
walk out 150 feet just to even feel it.
right.
Tim's going to play extra safe here. Throwing again on big Anheuser with something really silly stable and just spike it into the fairway.
Yeah, he's got a couple of pretty crazy domey, overstable Venoms that he's been ripping on. I think that was one of them. Chandler with the force here.
Just grip locks this, sends it almost immediately into that first tree OB. Just not, something's not clicking for him right now.
Clint
This not
looks
turned
early.
over. OB for him as well. 3 out of 4 of our players. OB on chase card even. This isn't even 8th card, right?
This hole has so much teeth off the tee, and then it plays far if you ROB because you lose so much distance.
Chandler threw that so far. We're gonna see it when we get back up there, but he threw so far that the cameramen weren't even ready for him to throw, thinking he was gonna throw there. So we'll have to see from when we get up there. But here's Tim from the safe position. He's just gonna throw a hyzer. And this is a great play for par.
Yeah, he'll probably throw his quake right into the green.
Yeah. We'll sell it for you, Tim.
Right.
Even though it's not even for him.
Welcome, Noah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's Noah. Yeah. It's funny. Here we go, Clint on hyzer, making it look pretty easy here because it is for him. Dead center fairway, good spot to pitch up for his par.
Yep.
Austin wants to do exactly the same thing. No deviation.
Yeah, these guys basically locked in for the bogey at this point, right? Like,
Yeah. It would take the most insane Garrett Gurthie plus shot of all time to even get a par luck.
Yeah, it's
Spoiler alert, these guys aren't Garrett Gurthie because it's hard to explain, but there really is classifications that are that different.
but like in like what you're saying, this hole, if you just crush it all the way up there, you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
The OB ends, so
Right.
that's a big advantage as far as like being able to throw far. You know, you can just throw a big hyzer up over everything into the safe zone.
Chandler's second throw was so far up there, but he leaves it leaked right, and he's going to be in the crud. Tim throwing a forehand here. That's not a quake. I can tell you that much.
No,
'Cause
definitely not.
It's not blue.
Right. Great shot though.
Agreed.
You know, gonna tap in his par, get off this hole.
Austin flexing some stuff, a little deep of the basket on that kind of walkway to the next hole. He'll have a putt from there.
Yeah, leaks just a little bit. Clint just want to get up and down. He might be giving it a bid.
Probably a half bid from there. Like, if it happens to carry, great, and if it doesn't, then tap in.
Right.
Chandler is not in a good spot.
No. Little
Going for a wind bounce shot, essentially.
yeah, looks like it was like a little ultimate frisbee shot.
He's really good at them, though. He, like, does it in the practice and warm-ups area, and he's, like, makes way more than you think he should. Unfortunately, he's going to walk away with a double bogey simply just because of how early he went OB, like, kind of put him in a tough spot.
Right.
And then he unfortunately leaked far right into those woods, and going to take him 2 strokes back, and that essentially ends Chandler's chances of competing for a win. He can still finish in a good position, take a payday from this, but that kind of ends his run. Tim, game plan still intact here.
Yeah, great par.
Not trying to get crazy here, just playing to his game, taking the birdies on the holes that he knows he can get. And he's been clean, which is really important, as we can see on our card. Just the bogeys and double bogeys are trickling up, and it's causing some problems.
How hard does this hole play?
Hole 7?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Hole 7 plays as, you guessed it, the hardest hole, averaging exactly 5.
Yeah, for sure. Hole 8, honestly, probably like got to be close to the next hardest hole. Just OB left side is so tough if you don't hit the gap. You can play super far to the right. It feels kind of safe, but I've seen guys get all the way to the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Tim with a little flex forehand play, which is common.
It's actually the easiest hole on the course. No, I'm just kidding. It's like middling of the pack.
Okay, good.
Nick just gave me the, no, it's not. Look, you just lied to me. You
Like,
broke my soul.
Not a chance. Like, this one is mentally breaking me. Feels so
You
good.
can see
to
the
get
loading bar instantly appear above his head. He's like, that's just not thing.
Clint, great tree kick.
Perfect.
That's what you want. You need
Yep.
a little love on this one.
Take the love and run.
Austin.
Hole 8's right middle of the pack. Averages under par, though. 2.94.
Wow, nice. Great drive from Austin. He, like, hit that inside line perfectly. Ends up a little deep, but, like, no problem. You know, he's going to take it and be perfectly happy.
Chandler now
Looked like,
unable to get past that first line of trees.
looked like he was trying the wide line, maybe. Which, honestly, is what kept him safe.
Intentional skip shot approach?
Just a
That wasn't a question. That
No.
was a statement.
No, yeah, for sure.
Who walks up to their shot and goes, you know what the best play in this situation is? Skip shot.
Right.
Chandler Fry does.
He's a creative golfer who likes to have fun while he plays, and he's confident in doing so. It's fun to watch. Austin lining up that birdie putt. Well done.
Love to see it. Getting the birdie after the punishing hole, about 4. Tim looking to stay clean and does so. Probably not the result he wanted on this hole. Probably figured this is one he could attack, but probably not too mad with the par. Not losing too many strokes.
No, I don't think so. Par is I mean, the tee shot's touchy,
Yeah.
so
And it's poke and pray.
a little bit. Clint with the birdie. Him and Austin gonna walk away feeling good on this one. That's it. And that's the thing. Like, you're not upset with the par. Feels like a bonus if you get the birdie. You're like, man, all right. Hole 9, 492. It's probably about 492 feet. I would say. Like, this one probably plays like true to distance, but you got to throw a nice like chip hyzer shot approach to a tight green and get maybe a little lucky. But if you throw it low, you can kind of just play the ground up there to the bucket.
This course has the two courses really. I always go to other courses and you give me distances and I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, that checks out. I've seen so many courses at so many lengths where I'm just like, that 483 feet, that looks like 43. This course wrecks me so hard because when I look at this course, this whole, like even this one, I'm like, oh, this is 535, 540, just the way it shapes and everything. And then you say it's under 500 and I just like don't get it because
I think what happens like on this one specifically, the trees are so close to the tee pad that it forces you to throw this like wide chip shot that we're used to playing like in the woods. And it's kind of funny how it's almost like a park style golf that makes you throw these like little like small approaches just to have a touchy par 4. Like, see Chandler here just a little early. Safe, which is good. I mean, he can get, aggressive here and maybe scramble a birdie out of it, but looks
maybe
like
not a birdie from there.
Just early again. Punched through though, so maybe get up and down, get his par. And look
Very
for the
important
next
to
one.
punch.
Clint was in a good spot, so he's gonna just throw a little anhyzer. Right to the bucket, slides a little deep.
Love it. Made it look easy. Austin does not have an alley into the pocket, so he says, I'm going to go over everything.
All right.
Saw Reed do this a couple years ago with a grenade. Him doing it with a backhand. Plinko. He's going to be circle's edge in that first layer of woods, though.
Yeah. See, we'll watch Tim's shot here first. Throws his challenger. Got
that gap.
Got through him.
Not sure how he did that, but
back to what I was saying. I watched Reed the last round we played together, and he threw it right into the group of trees, just right at the bucket off the tee. Just casual roller, just mashed it.
Really?
Yeah, just no problem. Reed threw 2 of the most amazing rollers this round that I've ever seen. He got the birdie on 7, and then he almost put himself in contention to get the eagle on this one.
wow.
Where, like, I don't think anybody would be anywhere close unless they had an amazing throw-in.
Yeah, I mean, the trees off the tee, there's like one lower branch that sticks out right. If that lower branch was trimmed to match the rest of it, you probably could get a guy like Garrett Gerthy or like Anthony Barella, Calvin Heinberg to throw something right at that height and on hyzer to like try to push for eagle range, but you're asking a whole lot and on a perfect drive.
Yeah, getting greedy for sure.
Yeah. Even at 492, even it's like, well, that's well within the range. It's a little downhill. It's like, you're right, but also that shot's asking a lot still because it's got to get some
West
stuff.
with the flex.
Good
Good smile.
So much OB going on for our card. Chandler over par. That's the big hiccup there that we see on our cards. But like you said, still probably threw fewer strokes than some of the other guys on our card.
Oh man.
Like just tough breaks. But thanks again to our Patreon followers. Of course, you guys make this possible. And we'll be sure to check out the back 9. Tim trying to make a move for the lead here.
Yeah.
Trying to push Marui down the lead card and see how that works out.